Where did these young people get this attitude? Welcome back to the show. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it. First topic, Trump is keeping the hilarious memes coming. The man's not slowing down. Go ahead, roll the clip. Yeah, the guy knows that the Democrats are just completely reeling over this whole government shutdown situation. If he can do anything to point out how absurd they're being, wanting to give illegals free health care with your taxpayer dollars, he's going to do it. And that's why the memes keep coming. And he knows that they are just totally sweating this shutdown because a lot of people could get fired or just laid off in the government. So they're basically keeping the government shut down and risking Americans' jobs in the government, all for illegals and free health care for illegals. It's like, are those the people you want running your country or controlling the things that you do? No, you don't want people that prioritize illegals over Americans. That's the Democratic Party in a nutshell right now. And until they can show that they, are not going to prioritize illegals over Americans and that they even care about Americans in general, I don't think the party's ever going to come back. And I don't think they're ever going to show that and, start caring about Americans and make America first. Because that would just be admitting complete defeat for the Democratic Party, that they have to go back to being America first. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. Fox News' Laura Ingraham is going on a total war against cannabis, claiming it's the most dangerous drug in America. Go ahead, roll the clip.
Knowing what we know now about the link in a certain percentage of especially young men between weed use and violent psychosis and other mental illness, why would we encourage this at any level in our society?
We shouldn't. I consider cannabis to be the most dangerous drug in America right now, by the way, and I'm not trying to slight opioids here, but consider that SAMHSA, the Agency on Drug Abuse, which reported 7.6 million people going to ERs last year from drugs, puts now cannabis ahead of opioids. 12% cannabis, 11% opioids. And that's because of what you just said, because people have underlying mental health disorders and they don't even know it. They're suffering from anxiety, depression, maybe a small percentage schizophrenia. The first episode of psychosis that you have is accelerated, unfortunately, if you're a regular pot user or cannabis user. And again, the anxiety disorder can come out from excess cannabis use. And all of that is getting worse and worse. And then the gummies are sitting around and kids end up taking them. And over 20,000 calls to drug abuse hotlines last year, 80% kids. Why would anybody want that? Because they don't realize how bad this is. And cannabis also affects your heart. And cannabis also interrupts your sleep. And cannabis has not been proven to have absolute medical indication. So it's about education, and that's what we're doing here.
Yeah, basically everything that guy said there is complete BS, fake news. I don't know where they're coming off with this whole pot's like the most dangerous drug in America. Have you heard of fentanyl, folks? How many people a year is fentanyl killing and how many people a year is pot killing? And this Laura Ingraham keeps trying to claim that, these school shootings or just mass shootings in general are due to pot use. It's like, no. Nobody ever smoked pot and got more aggressive. I can guarantee you that. And nobody ever smokes a pot and died, like they do with fentanyl when they do some, blow and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're dead because you got some fentanyl laced blow. So get out of here with this whole war against pot. It just needs to end. Frankly, it needs to be rescheduled so it's just completely just nothing in the government. You know, pretty much you can get it over the counter if you need to get it over the counter, because this war on pot is just completely insane, and this Fox News Laura Ingraham woman is at the forefront of it, and it's absolutely insane fake news. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. Former vice presidential candidate Tim Walz is now claiming that Trump's hilarious AI video memes are scaring our European allies. Go ahead, roll the clip.
The Trump administration will start firing workers instead of furloughing them, and do you think they might target workers in blue states?
I do. I think it goes back to this question, Tom, that it appears like they're trying to do that. The disruption is there. The willingness of the Speaker of the House to blame. I have seen Fox News even correct this issue, that trying to tell the public we're in a massive misinformation campaign. The President himself tweeting out AI videos of fake news reports on healthcare. This is really dangerous, and it's really hard. And I cannot express to you the concern and the absolute bafflement and fear of our European allies asking me, is this stuff really going on? So yeah, I have a feel that they do that. And
yeah, this is just absolute fake news fear mongering. I mean, do you think our European allies are really terrified over Trump posting some funny sombrero memes? Get the hell out of here. This is all they have left is fear mongering, because everything they've done in the past has just been written off as pure Democrat lunacy. So now they're just going to, we're scared about everything. He's not well and he's posting these scary memes and we're scared, and what are we gonna do? Oh my God, you know, that is the left in a nutshell now. Just, you know, basically we're shutting down the government for illegals, and we're afraid of his scary AI memes that he's posting. He's using AI to scare us, folks. But yeah, that's just complete fake news fear mongering. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. So a Build-A-Bear workshop in Washington refused to do a Charlie Kirk named bear. Go ahead, roll the clip.
It was supposed to be fun.
Me and my friends decided we want to go to Build-A-Bear because we had to go up to Seattle anyways.
But these teens told me Friday's trip to South Center Mall turned political.
It definitely made us all very uncomfortable.
16-year-old Evie McCormick says all she wanted was to honor the man who inspired her for years on social media, Charlie Kirk.
That turned my life around in more ways than I can express. And his name is Charlie Kirk.
But that name didn't make it past the Build-A-Bear manager. Evie says when she finished the special keepsake, the store employee shocked her by refusing to allow the bear to be named after Charlie Kirk. She wouldn't print the name on the bear's birth certificate, a decades-long tradition for the brand.
She just didn't agree with it. She didn't support it, and she told me we're not doing this, folded it up in the forest and threw it away. I scoffed, walked away. I was like, Kaylee, you have to pay for this. I handed her my card, told her my PIN, and I walked away.
I went inside the Build-A-Bear and talked to the manager of the store. When I asked her if this happened here, she said it wasn't something she could comment on and told me to call their corporate office. On the phone, a customer service rep told me the case is being handled internally by the appropriate department. Meanwhile,
I did call corporate, and I was on the phone for a good 45 minutes.
Evie's mom took matters into her own hands.
They offered me a $20 gift card just because we had a poor customer experience.
Days later, she says the company admitted that never should have happened and that they would retrain their workforce to keep politics out of the workplace.
Did she apologize?
She did. She said that their goal is to try to prevent this sort of situation from happening to anybody else.
Inside the store in Tukwila, the Build-A-Bear Workshop protection policy asks customers to refrain from typing indecent or distasteful names for furry friends. Evie says she never wanted a political standoff inside a store meant for kids. It was simply a way to commemorate the life of someone she looked up to.
It wasn't political until she made it that way.
Eva and her family say they hope this can be a lesson in today's political climate to respect others' beliefs, even at a toy store. Madeline Carter, King 5 News.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane, but I think the bigger problem here is there's a whole epidemic of youth in America that thinks that their feelings get to dictate, like, the situation at hand. You know, oh, well, I don't like Charlie Kirk, so I'm just going to say it's the policy of Build-A-Bear that we can't put his name on a birth certificate because basically I don't like him and it hurts my feelings, you know? Or, like, they get pulled over by the police and they think that they've done nothing wrong, so they get to tell the police that they've done nothing wrong and they're just going to be on their way. It's like, where did these young people get this attitude? You know, of my feelings are the only thing that matter here and what I think goes, and I don't care if I'm at a job that I applied for that has actual policy, I dictate the policy. So yeah, I think this is a huge problem in America today. Today's youth is just so entitled and they think that their feelings just trump everything else at hand, and it's just absolutely insane. So yeah, that's a huge problem and it needs to be addressed. Is today's youth that's just thinking that their feelings dictate what goes on in America. But all right, that's it for today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you